Äh,
Herausforderung erhalten. Spiel gestartet.
I still have the thumbnail. Oh well. I can still edit that later if I really want to. Can see, yeah. I wonder if he has learned variations by now. Because I also still haven't, if in case he has. Oh, okay. Uh, doesn't seem to know this one. Yeah, okay, that's not. Is that doesn't seem like the best choice. Anyway, moving on. Oh, not much to talk about yet. Just some variations. Not much to be created yet. I don't, that's, I mean, Hoshi, quadruple Hoshi is also not the most classic way to accomplish something great. Hey, One Eye. Okay, now he does have a choice. Okay, he just chooses it this way. Um, can jump out. I wanted to do this last time, but I didn't get around to do it, or kind of, I don't know. So let's do it this time. And obviously we crosscut. Could also be the very first game of the whole handicap thing. We got the windmill. Whoop whoop. In other words, two groups each, which should generally favor the stronger player because more chaos, more decisions, more opportunities for the weaker player to make mistakes more frequently. Um, I think so. I mean, it's it for sure creates more chaos, no? So this is threatening the cut. I read through two handicap books. Oh, I see. Proverbs don't apply to white, read better. Yeah, that's actually interesting because I guess the books just assume that the weaker player needs more help. So that it makes sense that there's maybe more material for the black player. But yeah, no strategy guides at all for how to play with handicap is fascinating. Okay, so he does respond there. Exactly, yeah. So if I do this one then, and I play this one, I also get the cove, and I would get to surround, so I'm just going to threaten that. Because if I jump, it just gets to connect under, essentially. I could also play this one first, but then no, I think I'm just going to extend here. Oh, okay, he answers. Um, in that case, I'm just going to allow it. He could Atari, but I don't mind that. If it makes sense, I get to Atari here and then just extend. With this one, if I capture this stone, then I connect two of my weak groups. And the split here, maybe it's okay. Um, but why I don't like it is because if you go back here, if he splits here, he has his weak stone, and he splits two of my groups. If he does what he did in the game, he he helps a very alive group and splits two groups. So just by those metrics, I would claim that also even just pushing here and then doing something here, or if this happens, then just capture the two stones. So maybe exchange this first and then jump out here and attack this stone a lot more strongly. Possibly even fight the ko, or maybe answer for example, what black could do is play here, and if white answers, then jump here, And then if now white does this one, not to block here and allow this, which might not even be that bad, but just ignore and play here. And if now white extends in, the corner group is still pretty strong. And there's still peeps against this group, so maybe. I don't know. That's what I would have done as black here. Now the stone, it's not dead, but it for sure has some issues. Okay, I see. In that case, I will play the. Will I play this? Huh. So now this stone here, they are between very strong groups. So maybe I can just sacrifice those. Just say, or even say they can't be killed with one move. I could push and cut here. Is that a choice? That is doing something. I could jump here to prepare this because otherwise he gets to play here and here, but I'm already stronger here. He could sacrifice the one stone and get stronger towards the bottom side. Hmm. I think I don't want to push and cut just because it gives the opponent an easy out. I could also just play here. Maybe, okay, if I play this one, he harness. That does give some. Actually, I like this one because that does give him some grief with the shape here if he wants to hunt. And if he plays the empty triangle, then that's already an amazing exchange. Actually, if he plays this one, I can extend, and then if he even plays the tiger morph, then I can threaten this one again. Because if he blocks, I can Atari. If he connects, then I can cut him off on the outside. So the shape is, yeah. You don't, however, well, I guess you could cut immediately. That's a bit much, though. Hmm. Because I'm not cutting. Uh, no, I think I can't do that. Okay, so he does do this one. In this case, I'm going to play this one. Not necessarily because I think it's the best move here. Well, I guess it is. It is just Sente, right? I am threatening to Atari and cut on the outside. But black could counter with something like E9 immediately. But yeah, that's what I expect from this particular player. With the risk of sounding a little bit mean, but mm, if I play this, he can push and cut. That is a little bit of a problem there, though. Okay, so let's just play here, threaten to get more strength here. And then I can claim that this on general was already a nice success. Oh, okay. So he is not the pacifist. He chooses war. In that case, though, now the thing is that with this stone, I protected against the cut here. And then with this one, I can also choose to cut here, though that's not that amazing. I can also always attach here for some additional shape for this group. This kind of goes against exactly my next or my current. No, it's not it goes completely against my next peacekeeper level. Oh well, what you gonna do? Officer, officer, he forced me. Ah, can he not play this? No, then I can still jump Atari, Atari. Yep, okay. Hmm. He can Atari from here, then play here. Okay, but I don't necessarily need to keep him cut off, I suppose. Hmm. This is a little bit tricky. I pushed the blocks and I play the Atari. Then I play the double honey. Atari, Atari. If I just were to bump. Hmm.
I wanna swing from a chandelier.
Hmm. Handicap is hard, man. I always get into these fights this early, these over-exaggerated fights, because I always think that otherwise I can't win. But maybe I need to calm down and try a different approach next time, because this is already once again looking not so hot. Mm. okay. Some kind of sacrifice. It could be just get the Ponuki, get the 30 points, sacrifice 30 points. Yeah, and also he's not really 3Q. Uh, he's just currently trying to learn, so it's more like a 1Q. Mm. Yeah, we shall do this. Do I capture or do I? If I play this one, then I have less liberties here, but he also has less liberties. I maybe get more here. She also gets to push out, so we will do this one. Still, I mean, there's still some RG inside here. It's not necessary that but he does find the more solid option. Alrighty then. Maybe I can attach here first, actually. And then if he plays this, then what? Oh, I heard of those, yeah. Just play the shape move here, I suppose. Extends. There's still some RG with the pushes and cuts to some extent, pun intended. And there is still some kind of push. Can oh, okay, I do get this way. Do I play this one? I could play this one now. Does this threaten enough? Hmm. Play Hane here first, and then he plays this one. Then I suppose I could just ignore and play here. Is that alive? He captures. Hmm. Yeah, because the Atari and the two stones is not center. Oh, but this way I'm for sure playing this one now. And then there should be some life somehow. No, maybe. If I just play here now. That's no, that's alive now. If he plays this, I just play this, and then I have the. So that one is alive. Can I do better? Can I protect here? Then the problem is the one thing I'm happy about is that I can already hear his voice. No way that lived. How could he live in there? I thought I had killed him. um, anyway, if I played this one, then black can play h5 and then turn and then descend down. Yeah, so that's just dead then if he finds that move. If I play here, it's the same thing. It's just h4 is such a vital point. But you don't play it yourself to live. You play a move that makes h4 a non-viable move, I suppose. Okay, fine. We'll just live. I would have liked to find a way where I also save my 4 stones, but I suppose I can still do that at some later point. The one, I mean, he can get g2 in endgame later then as a nice, like g2 plus f2 is nice endgame for him if he gets it. Alright, so I didn't lose those stones though. That's a nice bonus. And I can still inco cut off the middle stones with J8 at some point. Ah, but not if he does this. Until they hatch. Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, so that just works. That does make my left side stronger, though. Hmm. If I play this one, and he cuts, and I play this one, and he plays the Atari, he can play here. That is a little bit annoying. Can I instead descend? And then if you were to play here, Hane connect. Hmm. Did I ever mention that Go is hard? I suppose I can. I don't know what he can push through there then. Hmm. Is he going to be just happy to connect? I guess one thing I can learn from these handicap games is to be more willing and happy to give up stones of mine, groups of mine. Hmm. Oh, okay. Play Atari. If he pushes and then connects, he has 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties versus my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think I can cut this one off. What if I play this one now? Hmm. He plays the counter Atari. But if he plays this counter Atari, then I could just connect and then still connect and fight on. This would just be the solid option. Hmm. I think it's just already bad exchanges for black in any case. Shouldn't try too hard to keep this group weak because A, he can connect here anytime, and B, he can capture the 2 stones here basically anytime, and C, if I leave too many weaknesses here, he can also abuse this, so um, okay. Let's reduce invade. I can, however, no, because if I play this, he could play here, and if I play this, then he can play this one in the center. I can't cut off these stones. I can only cut off the middle stones. I can still feign it. I can still try to make him believe that there's trouble in paradise here. Okay, let's do this first, also to gain some time. Can use the 2 stones for some additional RG to destroy the top side more. See, right now, Blake essentially has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14. Something like 40 or so points for sure. Oh, okay. Did not expect that one. I have like something like 25. I mean, it's end gameable maybe, but of course he also now gained more on the top side, so I'm strong-ish here though, so maybe I can make something happen
10,
here.
5, 4, 3,
If I do go into the corner, maybe if I play the corner here and he blocks, and I play this and he blocks, and I connect and he blocks. And I play here, blocks, I push up, it's maybe a bit too much in this case.
10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's not lose on time. This one, because it does have a nice follow-up here.
10,
If he turns here, then I can play this one. If he plays here, oh, okay, I do get this one. What if I play here now? He can peep and then dub peep, and I can play here. What if I peep here now? He could counter peep. But who cares? Who the peep cares? I can also re-sacrifice those. If he now plays something else, I can just play here. So he kind of doesn't need to respond there some way or another. If he pushes here, I might actually counter push here immediately. Yeah, okay. So he does indeed not do that. Mm, I'm looking at this weakness here against these two stones, because if I ever get to cut here, then maybe I can play some kind of, or I guess I can't play a double, but I can maybe reduce the corner to something. Well, I'm not sure if what I asked for is actually good, but I think this exchange though is not good, because before this exchange, the turn, then there was the peep here, and then there was a double Atari here. Now this peep is not as powerful anymore, so not sure if that is actually an amazingly timed exchange. Okay, yeah. Also because of this. Can I? Okay, these stones are now what I consider garbage, but I want to test on the bottom side once. Because if I get to somehow destabilize this, then he might think that I can cut here, and then I can threaten to cut this. Okay, so he does this. Hmm.
Zehn.
Oh, okay. He does give me the escape here. That's nice. Oh, not? Wait. Huh? Ah, okay, hang on. If I play this Atari, then I can play this Atari and this Atari. I mean, I can just play this way, no? And then just, I mean, I can't escape in a ladder, but I can very much hurt his corner group this way. He extends, of course. I play the Atari here. And then I can just connect here because he can't cut here. Could even consider if I know if I play this Atari, Atari. Let's just connect here. And then there's still a lot of RG with this stone here, because the ladder doesn't work for black, obviously. So especially if black, for example, now extends down, yeah, like that. First of all, I could also play the Atari and then just escape here, but I can also first play this one. And I have lots of liberties with this group. So he defends there. Yeah, that makes sense. Now the question is, what's the best way? Do I just push here? Can I Hane here? Just push here, I suppose. Just take away the corner, essentially. Hmm. Or can I do better? Can I maybe even peep here? I peep here. He connects. So I might be asking for a bit too much. Because I can also just play this one in center, essentially. Because he still has to connect this one. I could Hane, but then he could also jump. And he still has this connection under. I think there's too much space if I just jump here. So let's follow the plan with the cut. Then that should be alive pretty easily. I don't have to worry about any liberty shortage on this side because I have, what, a billion liberties here. I capture. He has to connect back if he wants to have any chance. Exactly. I could also play this one now. Make him play this connection and then later. No, but if he extends, I'd still have something here. Um, though I could play, if I played this and then extend it. There's still some RG to be had about this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I essentially have this extension here in center because it's threatened to just Atari and extend down, and then if this one I can just cut off the two stones, so okay. I can also push in here, but I don't know, his group
10,
is alive, so that doesn't make too much sense.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Hmm. Okay.
10, 5, 4.
Did not expect him to not answer there. But I suppose it makes some sense.
10,
Okay, so he keeps answering there, but then I get this. I get the Hana Connect in center, if I'm not mistaken.
10, 5.
Okay, let's do that. I got a lot stronger here now. I got also potentially the points here from capturing these two stones at some point. Okay, I was about to say that is sentient, right? Hmm. I guess I can just play the normal follow-up here. Which helps my group here to some extent as well. Still about the 40 points.
Zehn.
Okay. We cooking
10.
something here?
5.
Hmm. Fascinating. Too bad I can't convince him that this group might be in danger. But I can. I mean, S18 is really huge, though. Once I'm kind of settled here in the middle. Oh, is it actually working? If I play this and here and then play this, I can play the Atari. No, it's not really working anyway.
10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You can also just extend up, huh? Okay, that was. I was so distracted by the reverse Komi and by counting that I didn't calculate this correctly. Okay, but he does it this way.
10. 5, 4, 3, 2.
He might still misread something. He can play here. Hmm. Hmm.
10, 5, 4, zehn,
Hmm. Yeah, this reverse Komi thing really distracted the hell out of me. Uh, I don't have the. I should have. I needed to play this one earlier if I ever wanted to do something with that. Hmm. Oh, he missed it, or he consciously tried. But this crate should be bad. Yeah, because it's also Senti for me. Because now I can play O3. So we both completely messed up, distracted by the bad Komi. Oh man. Oh, and it's even Sente because I'm threatening Q10 next. So now I have me I this and I have this one, yeah. Could also play this one once. Um, but no, let's go through here. Well, it is good for him to connect these stones. However, it's also really big for me. Hang on, what if I played this one now? I could maybe get this in Sente even. Oh, I play the Hane. I play the Descent, and you can play this one. Hmm. No, I guess that doesn't really work in any case, huh? But I can Hane here, and then if he responds with this one, Then if he cuts, I can play here, and if he plays here, I can first play. No, that does work. Okay, so I can get center. Can get this in center. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, and then I just stop because now if I played this, then I would have to come back. But if I don't play this, then I can just turn if he cuts. Let's get some time on the clock with this one. If I play this, then he could play this one. Connection here is also quite big in terms of endgame, but maybe not the most urgent right now.
Zehn.
Okay. Though the jump here is also pretty big. Oh, but I got him to play go to there. Do I? Maybe but this is also not that. Hmm. Is a connection here or something here bigger? Let's play the peep as a forcing move. Oh, I can also save these stones here. Ooh, interesting. Ah, not bad.
10. 5, 4.
Okay, yes, so he cuts, but then I can now connect these.
10. 5, 4, 3.
This way for less co-threads, I suppose. And as long as this liberty is not filled, this is not center, so this one is not center, you can at best capture one stone here. Yep, so he does this one now. I get him to commit to this. So I get to save my three stones in center, and he only captures one stone. That's a decent trade. Hmm. What's the best one here?
10. 5, 4, 3, 2.
I think this one. They still have to be a little bit careful about this existing here. Oh no, he can just play here. Okay, that one was silly. I needed to play this one. Great end game there. Also, this was probably I needed to connect here instead, but I mean, S18 was also huge, so I don't know. This was just not a good exchange. Hmm. I keep 4 points. He gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, okay. 7. Um,
10. 5, 4, 3, 2.
I think this is just big. because it prevents a huge move by black. But I was not sure which one to take here. Ah, that's also big, that's true. I want to play this one. Maybe this one. No, this one because it removes more RG with the cut here, so. Ah, he didn't read this. Or no, but that's just a horrible exchange. He shouldn't do this. He should just capture and make me play this, I guess. Okay. I'm alive. Turn here, so he can't jump in. This and this is kind of Miai. Yeah, if I play this, he gets to play this Atari, but then I also get to reduce this a bit more. Unfortunately, I don't get to push in here, but I do get to push in here if I want to at some point. Actually, not even this push-in would be sent, I suppose, but it's pretty big to get one of those. I consider these endgame Miai. Yeah, here I got him to play really scared with this move too. Uh, okay. Oh, okay. I can just play here. I think he should have connected here instead, but I guess this is also not small either. This one just threatens to peep here, and if he connects, I can just Atari, and if he connects, I can just capture everything. So if instead he connects there, yeah. I guess that was not small, huh? So maybe I just capture the two stones here now, which is just pretty big. I can play this anytime later anyway. Honey Connect here is also pretty big, but he can kind of annoyingly play it this way, and then it's also pretty big. These are big. This is big.
Gewonnen.
Oh, that works too. I was ahead by only 15 though. But before this happened in the middle, yeah, black was leading by 31 at this point. But yeah. And then here, if he didn't play this exchange is double bad because it activates the Atari here and it activates the cutting here. And then actually the game was equal at this point. But then this was the wrong side and me even getting this in Sentinel was nice. Yeah, this was a bit weird, but okay. Yeah, and then in the end, because I got this exchange, because I got this one. This one is better, I guess. This one is the better one, I suppose. But yeah, then it was just way too good for me. And then I even, yeah, then this was another like 4-point mistake here to play this one. And also to not play this one. Wait, P8 is. Actually, because the Komi was incorrect and it should have been 11 points better for me, that actually means that after this mistake here, it was already a very close game, and then this made it better for me. And while it says white plus 0.8, I don't think you can see that, but it says white plus 0.8 at this point. I was actually leading by 12 points at this point. And then more after all this. All right. Let me make desktop audio a bit louder again. Let me hear if you can hear him.
Yeah, I'm alive and well.
Well, at least off the board.
You're on the board, I am definitely dead and unwell.
Well, I guess you didn't really die anywhere big. You just lost cutting stones, but you didn't die anywhere. So
Yeah, it was such a stupid misread. Like I was reading that it was fine. I didn't realize that by extending I was an Atari. I just really missed that.
yeah. But by you hesitating, I thought, oh, is he? Wait, he might miss this. I might still win this.
Yeah, because I was like, yeah, I wouldn't want to I wouldn't have planned to do Atari from the other side. And so you could see that was like really systemic.
I see. Yeah, I mean, Atari from the other side would have been better because it doesn't activate the top bottom side RG.
Yeah.
I was so looking forward to get N5. Maybe I should have played it earlier when I made this exchange on the bottom side, because it always was there for me in Sente. I don't know, something like this, maybe.
I don't think we're in a review.
Right, I'm not in a review. Sorry. I meant after these exchanges here. I always saw that this. Oh, yeah, I even said I should play it immediately. Yeah, because at this point I can always get this incentive, but I also didn't want to lose the. I thought this one, but okay, this is even nastier. But I didn't want to lose my endgame in the corner this early, and I didn't think I could. I thought I could get it anytime. So, and when I got it in the game, though, then it was a bit too late because you could just reduce my liberties.
I was confused why you made the exchanges there. I was like, but doesn't black just connect?
Yeah, I made the exchanges to give my middle a little bit more strength and to give me more co-threats and more some. Because I was still the whole time I was still eyeing this potential to just play here, and either for some kind of semi or kind of like in the game I just get to connect to the 3 stones because you could have cut them off anytime, right? So.
I panicked a little bit. I was like, "Oh no, are my stones dead? Like you played G14, am I really like dead suddenly in the center?" And I was like, "Oh no, I can play D9. I'm okay." And then I was like, "Oh no, but am I dead on the inside?" But no, then it was okay as well. So that's why I was like suddenly very shaken.
Yes, I could feel the panic oozing out of your moves.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what gave it away?
I mean, at the very latest, this move here.
Yeah.
But of course, I mean, yeah, at this point, of course, already the disaster happened. But even before, like, I mean, all of these connections, I thought you could play more strongly, but even
Yeah.
by the way, no, actually, yeah, okay. While we're at this position, this exchange here, actually, let me remove this. This exchange is slightly bad because it removes the potence of like if you, for example, played this, I couldn't play this because there's this peep, and now there's this double Atari.
Yeah.
And I thought that this maybe it doesn't work immediately or something, but I thought it would just that peeping
Okay.
there would just remove the weakness there. So that's why I was
Yeah, I
happy
thought
when you
about
played
peeping
it.
there, but I didn't realize it was so powerful.
Mm.
I didn't read that.
But okay. Um, yeah, I mean, obviously you lost a lot in endgame here.
Yeah.
Uh,
It goes without saying.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, we could maybe start go from here because yeah, here again, this Atari, of course, it loses you all of this. Yeah, even here you should play here now. Let me remove this again. You should play here because the bottom is just bigger. Me getting the
Yeah.
4 stones here. Yes, I save my stones and you get your 4 stones captured, but on the other hand, you also destroy a lot on the right side and get a lot on the right side. So
Yeah. I didn't realize I was that the Atari there worked. And then I lost those stones as well, and I was like, oh, what a disaster.
hmm yeah, and then I even
So
get it in
this all
Sente.
felt
Yeah,
very bad.
yeah.
Mm.
That's to add insult to injury because here, yeah, I can just. I wonder if you could play this one. No, but then I can just connect. Never mind. Yeah, so I guess there was no way for you to prevent this. If maybe if you play this one, maybe if you play this one, yeah. So maybe you need to play here instead, because then
But wait, what am I preventing by playing here?
you're preventing that I get O1 in Sente.
Yeah.
Right? If I now play some big move, you just get to descend here and you can connect under.
Oh, that is nice.
But because you blocked here, I could Tenuki. Because as you
Yeah.
saw a little later in the game, this is
I tried, and it didn't
yes.
work, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I don't make these exchanges for nothing. That was not, oh, maybe I can kill. This was, hey, maybe I can get Sente. Much
Like,
much
there
more
were.
potent.
I was thinking like you were kind of playing, like we were both playing relatively quickly, and I was like, that's a sign that I'm walking in the wrong direction, and I realized it too late.
Yeah, as I tell to my beginner students, watch the Ataris.
It's how do you say evergreen advice? Clearly.
Uh, but yeah, okay, after that, yeah, even cutting here was probably a bit too slow because there was not really, there wasn't anything I could do. I just thought S18 is really big and it doesn't give you any, like S18 was pretty big. That's what I thought. I played it and then I got it and sent it to, yeah, and here, yeah, I guess you have to cut. Yeah, and then I get to. I do think you should at least capture the core once, or even actually push in here once. That you should
Hmm.
do. Yeah, you should push here once, because then after you capture here, you get to finish the core in a much better way. So let's say
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's say I connect here now and you play here. If you do end up winning this core in the end, then it's worth like 4 points, 4.5, something
Yeah.
like that, right? Because not only do I not get this point, do you get these points? You also get this Atari, and thus you get half a point here. Actually, you get a point because you get to play the Atari here, so you get one more point here. So it's even like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have to fill another move here, so it's like 5 points.
unexpectedly big.
While capturing the left side stone is, I mean, I can't even capture it with one move, so you capture one. Well, okay, it's 2 points because it's not a. Well, if you cut off, then it might only be like it's maybe like a 3/4 of a point, let's say, that you get, and I only get one more point, and potentially, so I get like 2 points. So this is, well, I guess maybe it's similar-ish in that maybe I capture and I can still peep and get more on the outside, but. Yeah, in general, I thought you should at least try to make me trip up. Yeah, and here you could have just played here.
White comes in, if white walks in, then I was thinking, is that a ko from a similar shape to our previous game?
Actually, no, you could play here, right? You could just play
Okay.
here. Because then, yeah, after this, this is actually not a ko.
But can't white play 6 at 7?
Well, it's still kind of a double ko, I suppose. Because you can't ever connect this.
Yeah. Quite cool.
Yeah, anyway, this was for sure too passive. And then I got to connect here, which also, actually, you could have first counterattacked here. This was always a huge, and no, even more so, you could have just played this, which is just a huge move.
Yeah, that is huge.
Because, yeah, that's why when we were earlier in the game, and maybe I guess that's basically, I mean, after that, I don't think, yeah, this happened and we already discussed this, and then yeah, I even captured here because I thought, okay, maybe this is bigger on the right side with S9, but let's just not die on the middle. I don't think I can, but it's just so big to capture the 2 stones as well, not just 4 points, but a bit more, essentially, because you can Hane and reduce the middle more, I suppose, by exposing weaknesses on the cut. But
it's good that even with reverse Komi, you were still way ahead. So very clean win for you.
Well, I mean, clean. But yeah, that's why much early in the game when I played this, I was saying you if I look at your video, I expect you to be annoyed that I lived inside here.
Yes, I was. Totally annoyed. I was like, at least I can take this on the outside, and then you lived on the outside as well. So yeah, I was like, okay, White's doing well because he's living everywhere.
That was, I guess, this game. My plan apparently was the cockroach approach.
Yeah, just you can't kill me, so I win.
Just the Mateusz approach. Just live with 7 groups, no problem. But yeah,
it is kind of how you do it as White.
Yeah, I mean that's one way, right? But yeah, I really want to play here, but unfortunately you can kill this with this move, right? This just works, so that's sad. And same for any other move. This one also looks like the vital point. So H4 was always the vital point, but of course if I play it myself, this just kills. Ish? Does it kill? Wait, this maybe doesn't kill. Maybe not. So maybe I could have also played this myself, yeah. But I guess it's in both cases you just get to, well, yeah, in both cases you just get to capture these anyway. So I don't think I gain or lose points with this because you still get this one later. Actually, this way, hang on, you know you can play here. Oh, you can play here. This one kills. Because now
I missed that. I thought about this. Oh.
Right.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm really not reading well today.
And if this, of course, these two are Miai, so. And if this one, and then these two are Miai, because this, of course, I don't connect, because then there might be some Archie with this. But you can just connect here, and then, yeah. So indeed, that was probably the only living move. Actually, I'm curious. Okay, apparently I could have pried on your outside weaknesses as well, but or even this one, maybe not the only. Ah, G2 itself, that makes sense. G2 itself is also a way, because I do threaten the second eye on the bottom side. I just was worried about this kind of thing, and then potentially losing more stones. And well, here I can just cut off. So yeah. Oh well, okay. But this is one of the vital points, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah. So in general, I thought here. Let's actually just go from the beginning. Did you study like what happens if there's some cut here now?
No. I
Okay.
was like, Godave will shame me if I connect, so I'm gonna try harder.
Okay. Yeah, no, I also don't know these rules, so I just play. I mean, F4 is a standard move, but of course it's not the most complicated one to
Yeah.
I will have to study these
I mean,
rules
I know when
myself.
yeah, exactly when I've analyzed it with AI, it's an easy way for white to handle the position.
But yeah, but here this one is a mistake. I think either solidly
Yeah.
connect or the outside are the moves
Okay.
here. Because this one,
Yeah,
I
because
mean, you
I didn't want to play it because I didn't want to let you take the 3-3. And I was like, this is probably wrong, but I don't want to leave it. And so then I played it.
yeah, but I mean, this one leaves better shape towards the left side, and it also it doesn't give me the 3-3 either. It's just that this does make the cut at C6 less potent, I suppose. While
Yeah.
here there is still
Because it was
some
quite annoying when you
some
played there. I
issues
was
here,
like,
yeah.
exactly, that was exactly what I was reading.
Yeah.
So yeah, it became annoying. So yeah, you're right. The connecting solidly is better shape.
Hmm. Yeah, and here, I mean, the more usual move, I think, is this or this, but I mean, this, of course, there's nothing wrong with this. Except that AI apparently wants you to approach even closer because you are this strong, because you can lean here or jump here. You can actually put more pressure on my stones here, I see.
Okay, yeah. I wasn't thinking enough about the surrounding position.
I mean, I can see in an equal game I might need to play here, but yeah, of course in a handicap game this is fine. Yeah, and then I actually I wanted to do this last time already. I wanted to create the windmill. Just so that I can say we both have two more weak groups. What you gonna do about it?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Hmm.
But it also feels good as black because you have stones everywhere.
Sure. But yeah, I mean, I said I think at this point because someone asked me if this is valid. Actually, I'm curious what AI thinks about this. That it's a valid handicap strategy, and I'm said, yeah, I mean, essentially, right, exactly that it creates multiple problems, and usually the stronger player is better at handling these problems.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it definitely worked well. So yeah, it's quite interesting. That's something I should try in my own games in the future.
Oh, interesting. I thought for sure that this was better because um, you are splitting two of my weak groups and you are helping one of your weak groups in the same time, also your middle a little bit, and
Yeah,
the
I mean, I
corner.
didn't realize how powerful D11 was when you played it. And, like when you played it, I was like, wow, I can't really do nothing with this move. So yeah, that I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, but AI says that this is the correct move, and I suspect the reason is that the bottom stones are just bigger and heavier, and so you can just say, yes, C12 is weak, but also it still has RG now, and as we could see later in the game, and it was light in the first place, and all the stones on the left side. I don't make that many points, I suppose. That
Yeah,
makes some sense.
which is kind of what I tried to say during the game, but then you lived, and
Yeah,
that made it invalid.
yeah. I see. Ah, okay. So here you should play this exchange now to force me into this empty triangle, and then only then, if at all, do you. But so my biggest worry here was actually that you just ignore.
Hmm.
Maybe like this, because if now I play this, I cut you in Gote because your corner is alive, especially if you get this one first. Let's say you do play this one, right? You play this one and then you play something here, and then this, and this. Because my corner is alive, you just counterattack me on the outside and I don't have any target, really.
Yeah,
So I was, I mean, I was a bit mean here, but I rejoiced because I expected you to play this.
Yeah. Now we're getting to the part where you've played enough against me that you're like, oh, I know how he's gonna, and then you can exploit all the psychology and everything.
I mean, maybe in this case you specifically as well, but also just in general, like the more archetype, oh, if there's a stronger player, I shouldn't leave anything weak, and I should just protect my cut. So this is I think this is especially the transition between Q and Dan. That at Q, at like high SDQ, at strong SDQ, you start to see all of these cuts and you're aware of those, and you know that you don't get tricked so easily to just get cut off. But the transition to Danhood is then to also evaluate, but what happens actually if I get cut? Is that actually bad? Is not my opponent maybe in more trouble, especially in handicap? So to accept that you get cut, but you know that, okay, if I have 8 versus 3 liberties, the cut is really not that bad. It's kind of like the example from last time where we had, what was it? Where we had some kind of, let me just say that it's something like this. I don't know, where we have something like this, which is not that dangerous because you have enough outside room and liberties with this, or something like this, and the corner's not alive yet.
Yeah. I also noticed that when I'm playing better, it's when I'm doing more of that, accepting that I can make a local loss and get a global better thing elsewhere. Like when I was playing in the tournaments at the start of the year, especially the first tournaments I was playing, I was in pretty good shape, and I was doing that a lot more. Whereas I think like since then I haven't been quite as strong, and then that kind of thing might be why.
I see. Yeah, but so that's what made this a bit too passive for me. And then, actually, I'm curious here. Okay, that was indeed, yeah, here. This is really annoying, but I do wonder. Oops, I do wonder. I think personally, I would have just extended here because it makes this this RG around A work. And it doesn't give me this cutting off, so you have less to worry about in a way. So
yeah, I'm not focusing enough on your weaknesses.
yeah, because here, I mean, it's not bad because the cut once again wasn't that hard to deal with, especially because you can essentially just capture E9 in most cases without any hassle, and I'm still surrounded. But it made the game just a bit easier for me to control here. Yeah, and then everything here is, I mean, the connection here was good though. Yeah, but then exactly. Then here you can actually counter. That's how you kill me.
Yeah, okay, because you don't have enough liberties.
Yeah, I can't cut you here, right? So if I can't do this, then I can't do anything else. Like, yeah. Even if I now, I don't know, protect it here, then you just protect it. It's over.
Yeah.
For this group, so. Yeah, that's, I mean, I wanted to play this one, but I also thought if I just play this and I may at most get a co, and I also let you strengthen your outside, even if it's just, even if I manage to live like this somehow, and you can still play this one, but okay, then I live here. Almost. But I guess I live, huh? Some jump.
Live.
Yeah.
Isn't it E2 and J2 Miai?
Yeah, this just
it just jump into the first line.
No, it just does work. Yeah, okay. I was looking at something weird there. Yeah. No, but okay. Yeah, so that does live. I confused myself for a second there. So, but even if I could do this, then of course you got a lot stronger on the outside, and I don't have all of these RG with this maybe later, and the cut here is less potent, and so I hoped that I could exactly get this. And even here, I don't know. But yeah. Here, actually here, yeah, here this was locally, once again, you could have countered here. Or at least, I mean, okay.
Making that exchange first.
The thing is, now if you try this Atari, now I just ignore it. Because now the two stones are nothing. They're not threatening
Yeah.
anything anymore, right? So that was why they had to play this earlier when we played this threat here.
Oh, my play is so slack.
And actually, at this point here, AI suggests that I shouldn't even connect the two stones.
Too small, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, then I made then after this I get the Hane and I get this one. And then I got to live relatively easily here.
Yeah, that was befuddling. But yeah, I'd make now that I can see all the times when I mean just H2 basically, like
Yeah. I'm always checking because I'm too curious, but yeah, I was most worried about you just cutting here, and you should have done that.
how does you can just extend, and then what can black do? Like, it doesn't seem like there is much.
Extend where?
C12. I mean, I guess you can still get the Atari, and then black
C
can C13.
C12 is a stone, is a black stone.
D12.
Oh, okay.
So like you can still Atari and extend as black, I guess.
But then Atari from this side. Hmm. I get, but no, then there is also at this point here, you can't block here because of this Hane. Tricky. If this one, you can push in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hmm. Maybe Hane here immediately. Because the ladder still works.
Yeah.
No, the ladder doesn't work.
Wait, but
Oh, it does. It does. Yes, that
F11.
does. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
tired too. Holy crap. Yeah, I don't know. I thought okay, I didn't see D12 for me as an option, but yeah, Hane here and then this, and then you could at least play something like this maybe. And then if we happen to do this, then you could maybe capture and just be disconnected. But okay, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I just
didn't
thought
realize it was
at
so
least
weak
like this,
still.
at least like this, there's now the Archie is pretty wasted and you didn't get that much on the outside because so you were already pretty strong. These two stones didn't have much left in them. You could always connect here at this point anyway, and you could run here. So at this point, I wasn't really thinking about attacking those anymore. I'm not curious. Yeah, okay. It's exact that, I just quickly checked. So this is exactly what AI suggested as a continuation. So at least I got there in the end.
Yeah.
Well, except of course at this point it wants to play here.
Oh yes.
Classic. But yeah, even here actually, because you had this connection here, your group here is essentially one move away from being alive. And no, actually it's worse for me. It's one move away from just being alive, but it's also you can of course just capture here and then they are there. So you have basically two options here. And the best I can do is hang on, is to let's say play something, is to play here. But then I play this, then you still have to then I still have to connect my 4 stones. So at worst I can cut you and you still have a ko. And even to add insult to injury here, you have a ko where you threaten to capture a stone. So you have this kind of ko, or you can just use it as a ko threat later, I suppose. So
I was just gonna walk out with like G12 or like H11 or something like this.
You can counterattack me here now.
I guess if white Hane, black cuts, I guess you have to do something with the inside stone, so maybe you descend. And then how does black deal with this?
I mean, how does white deal with this? It's the better question.
White can like Hane on the outside. Like, isn't this stronger?
Hane on the, what do you mean?
As in B10.
Oh, that inside. Okay, yeah. Um, outside? Okay, then I guess even just this one works. Or you could connect, that's probably a stronger option. And then what?
And then I guess you connect as white C10. Like, I guess that you're trying to connect on the outside with the Atari's at E13.
I mean, you can just escape here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And on top of this, you also just have this connection still, which is a problem. And you also still have some RG here, because here the Hane is a bit of a problem, potentially. There's some options here.
Okay. I didn't realize you could attach there.
Yeah, you could even
Yeah,
play
that's
this, and then if white connects, you could even just go out and you don't even
can
have the
totally walk
cutting
out.
stone. But
Wow.
the big reason why this works is because your group in the middle already has not only the outs of A and B, it also has a reasonable amount of liberties. It also still has the weakness here to exploit. It still has these two stones, which only have 4 liberties. So that's why you're strong enough to actually counterattack instead of just try to connect.
That's crazy.
So you can completely break my skeleton here.
Yeah, so okay, so like you weren't planning on doing much with the 2 stones, and then when I pressed, I removed so much agi.
Yeah, yeah. You removed basically you were scared of the wrong thing essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, because here, I mean, obviously this is still really good for you, in the game judgment right now. However, I got a lot of profit on the left side for essentially nothing, for some additional group strength in the middle, which you already had.
Yeah, if
So,
if I had been able to sense the weakness in the shape there, then I wouldn't have played like this.
yeah.
Like I wouldn't have removed it like that. So I gave up on that 1 stone too quickly.
Yeah, and then of course G14 has the same problem. I mean, you surround a bit on the top, but then I get to enter on the bigger side anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I made a big mess here inside. I wonder if it was better to just play here, actually.
I guess if you
Because,
extend to D17. Okay, I wasn't thinking. I was like, oh, push and cut immediately.
yeah, no, this
But I
one, and
guess
then if the Yohane back, then this works, yeah.
yeah.
Um, or you could, as black, play here. And then if white, I don't know, connects here, then still play here. And get strength, and also get some endgame here going on the left side. There might even still be some problems with the C11 cut in some variations, where you can say you threaten to connect under, and then, or you get at least to get to monkey jump here a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe this is fine, but so my impression was this is already undercut anyway,
Yeah.
and the problems that you could potentially have are on this side. But just from a strategic perspective, I was happy to get this side instead, and then
Yeah, I hated connecting all those times. I was like, I knew that. I was like, do I have to? Can I counterattack? I probably shouldn't connect. And then, but then, I mean, I did like 3 times here.
yeah.
So like, for each time, I felt increasingly like, I think the last one, I was like, this is wrong. But then I still couldn't bring myself to not.
I wonder if there's something like this later to kill.
Yeah, I guess. But like D18 and then white connects up. But then black can connect up.
Yeah, but I mean, if after I cut you off, I was just wondering about this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then this, I mean, in handicap you never know. Um, yeah, then this was too much. Just because your corner was too weak for this.
Yeah.
You need to just extend here and then probably just leave me be and then just protect your corner. It's not like that because then the ladder here you can just Atari and just ladder this. So
How does black achieve so little here? Like black had so many stones.
I mean the whole
And
white,
I had the stick. I was supposed to be able to whack you with the stick.
but the whole white group is not alive yet.
That's true.
And the top left, you can also later get a lot of points by attacking this white group stronger. That's why I thought H14 was Sente for me, because the Hane felt so good to get. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But yeah, here essentially, I mean, what do I need to do? If I play this, then you can just press me down here, and then your profit is already that I have to crawl, and then at some point that you can continue to attack this again. Maybe you can get all of this, and then all of a sudden, well, how do I live with these?
Yeah.
Right, so that's how you can transfer the star power of the stick. Here, you essentially just gave me everything I wanted.
I was so weak.
Because I got to live in Sente. And
Yeah, it was so bad.
if you compare this to the other variation where you get more influence, you get basically the same influence here that you get if you just extend down and let me have a
It's worse
stick.
because I have that imperfection. You could play Q11 and it was like basically Sente.
Yeah, it is not only that, it is that yeah, okay, in the game you got more in the corner too, and my group is not just alive, so it's like reasonably worse. A lot worse. Actually, I'm
Yeah.
here. Okay, apparently this was too small, but at this point, apparently you are still ahead by 54. And at the end of the sequence, it's 34. So you lost 20 points from this.
Yeah, that's ouch. That's bad.
And even here, you could have tried to counterattack here directly. I'm not even sure. Maybe with his jump or something, or with something here. Because if I extend, you are already alive on the top side. So the best I can, and this one is essentially sent against the stones, unless I want to make this bad exchange. And I need to be careful because at some point you can get some Sente move also towards my group. So yeah, responding here, both the PF and the responding were kind of meh, but then okay, jumping here. I don't know. Actually, I'm curious. No, okay. Just take away the corner points. That makes sense. Force you to connect. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, but then I got the exchange in a different way, I suppose. Do you know this Life and Death?
I looked at this Life and Death and went, this is bad for me, and then I took Gote. I don't really know what's supposed to happen here, to be fair.
Yeah, it should be dead like this.
Yeah. I don't know it. I haven't seen it before, I think.
However, there's still the issue of this move. I guess there's still the cut here, but then you can play the Atari here. So you don't have that many liberties anyway. But there could be something where you say you protect it by cutting here for once and asking this question.
That's interesting.
But okay. Yeah, I suggest to Tenuki, but I'm not sure exactly what.
It loves G2.
Yeah. G2 is
big.
always, of course, big, but also just pressing down here. Because I guess even if you die here and you get this as a as a compensation, but you also get all this. That's probably good enough.
こんなやつにこんなやつに負けてたまるか
But yeah, now I'm just reading into AI. So let's review human lake again. Yeah, and here I got got a little bit distracted from all this this talk of
Yeah,
the
the Komi.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think
my
yeah.
bad.
If it was like an equal position, then I for sure would have chosen this one because yeah, this is just actually here. Yeah. Okay, I'm correct about this. You can just play here.
But yeah, I say we should treat. I mean, treat this obviously as a win for you because obviously, and then for the subsequent games, just play 4 stones with 5.5 reverse Komi.
Yeah.
Because I think that's probably what I should have done today.
Mm. No windmill. Oh.
Yeah, no windmill.
But yeah,
But
yeah.
it's a little bit more open, so I guess you get to have a little bit more fun.
Not all letters work for you immediately, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, here if you consider this and then I want to cut, then this stone at 1 is obviously better placed. So you had a good chance here to just not have any RG on the side, because the only reason you lost in the end here was because of the RG between this 2-space jump here. And if you extend here, that's just the better, cleaner way.
Yeah.
Because even if this one, you can still play here. Yeah, you can cut me off, but to do what? Wedge here?
No.
I don't think so.
Especially not because eventually I can get the throw in at 05, and then that gets low in liberties.
Yeah, probably just this, and then even if you do this, I mean, it's all connected.
It was kind of weird because I felt like I had a bit of a lapse in judgment here because I thought like N7 obviously. Like I didn't even think to extend. I just thought this must be the right shape. This must be the thickest way to play. But yeah, obviously not.
Yeah, it's just because usually you're correct, of course, but because you're already super strong on the bottom side and your thinness is only on the top side. It's more about that. Yeah, and then I should play here apparently and just accept that I'm behind by 27 points. But yeah.
Well, it was good that you didn't because that's when I lost it all.
And I see here, so you shouldn't even cut me off. And then I should play here instead and play here and just accept this loss again and be behind by 30 points. Yeah, no, so I did the one thing that, I guess 30 points, it's 20, I guess, with the correct reverse Komi, but it's still too much, I think, even to, well, maybe if I get A6 and gain like 5 points there, yeah, and I gain some top.
In striking range for endgame to work really well.
Yeah. But yeah, and then we are back to the obvious mistake. Because obviously you're supposed to play G2
here. So obvious.
Yes.
How could I miss it?
No, but really the P8 was the final losing move, even though, of course, this is already, like R10 is already the biggest blunder of the game. But after this, at least, I don't have O3, and I also don't have Q10.
Also don't have Q10. Yeah. But why don't you have... Oh, yeah, the Atari, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because
so,
this...
Yeah, after the capture, that's why I didn't consider it, because suddenly I'd lost stones. Okay, that makes sense. And then...
Yeah, of course, if you capture my 2 stones, then you don't have to worry about this. But here, you just remove your own liberty. Yeah.
What I'm wondering is why what I was worried about was with R9 instead of R10 that could get some shortage of liberties.
What do you mean with R9 instead of R10?
So playing 1 space lower. Because that was the shape that I was really looking at.
No, but I meant And the shape is fine. It's just that if you play p8, then then you have
Oh yeah.
this. I guess, yeah. Though I guess
So
R9 is making the better shape, I guess, out of the two.
but then
Maybe not.
if
Yeah. Yeah, no, I guess
so
there's
wait,
still some RG left here then, yeah.
if I do the Atari from the other side with N8, then what is my plan now?
Yeah, then you have to come back anyway, yeah. But you have to come back if you want to save these. It's just you needed to capture here or whatever.
Yeah.
Because even if I now escape here, I mean, I can't even play this one because you can just capture me here, I suppose. But even if I go here, you can, I mean, you can just win the capturing race easily here.
Okay.
Right, because what am I, even if I get this at, no, I guess no, this way. Ah, this way is a problem, hang on. That's why we probably should play this one. Because then after this one, you can actually play this one, you can still not play this one. What is happening here? Maybe you can play this way then. And then if connect, I don't get it.
So my problem is that I stopped reading.
Yeah, I guess the plan is just that you have to continue to counter here, or you have this one actually, which is center against the middle now, because now if this happens, you can play here, and now this way you do win the capturing race by more than enough. Oh, in fact, 3 is like a double center actually. So if you get if you get 3, and even if you defend on this side, then there's just Atari, and net. Or this net.
It really is just the reading.
Or I suppose you could also just ball like this. Yeah, but anyway, at this point, really, it was reading under time pressure. Just this kind of blunder is kind of why I started doing sub guanning, and then at some point why I did visualization training, because it's not like, oh, all of a sudden you never make a mistake again, but it makes it less likely because your your warning system in your mind has gives you an intuition of oh, okay, this looks like something that I've seen before. Please pay attention to that.
Yeah, so I think like a mix of like visualization training and endgame training may be very useful.
Mm.
Because I mean, I already get some visualization from the guaning that I do,
Mm.
but if I put visualization and I think like endgame as well, because that endgame stop will remove the focus from always looking at my side and make sure that I take in the whole board at once. So I think those two things that could be very helpful.
My I think it's already, yeah, my next pacifist summer crisis management level is actually kind of like a whole board scan every move.
So wait, what? You're a pacifist summer. What are you doing?
What are you doing? Killing a lot of groups. Nine.
Well, specifically not, I suppose.
No, so I noticed a few tendencies, and they just accumulate even more. That I used to call it that I am too aggressive and too greedy, and I think that's still true. However, I don't think that's the core of the problem. I think the core of the problem is actually that I'm always trying to, and of course that's something that strong players just in general try, but I try too hard to always get something optimal out of every move, every decision, and try to sometimes I will just play attachments because I think I can just push a little bit more, and then I will risk like 6-point mistakes for maybe a half-point gain or something like that. And
Playing too risky.
and also just in general, I noticed that, and that's why my first chapter of a try one, because I have try one is the peacekeeper, where I play my long games, and I have more of a judgment already and more of what's happening on the board. And try two is crisis management, where I play my fast, like 20-second Fox games, where it's more about handling the crisis of time management of being in time trouble essentially. um, and trial 3 is endgame, but I haven't streamed that yet. And so the whole thing is actually about that I have this tendency to fall for false urgencies. So I would say, oh, I think the opponent's area might get too big, or the opponent's group might get too strong if I don't abuse it right away, or my own area is not big enough, let's invade the small area of my opponent, or oh, I don't know if it's good enough for me to win in endgame. Maybe I don't trust my endgame enough, so let's just create some urgency so I'm more ahead. And all of these kind of make me play less centered and make me focus a lot more on what the opponent has and what the opponent's problems could be, and much less on, oh, but what could I get, or but what could my problems be, and yeah, that's why the first chapter of Try One is actually called Peace Begins at Home.
Oh, so it's like impatience, and then you're like trying to do too much.
Yeah, I don't know if I call it
to make something happen.
I don't know if I call it impatience. I think urgency hits the nail more on the head, because impatience suggests more, which is also true, like some kind of impulse control. But it's not necessary that I think I really, really want this now. So I need to do this now, because if I don't want to do it later. It's more this, I think I need to do this now, and I feel kind of even forced to do it. So it's less of a, I watch like I don't know, I watch 12 hours of YouTube because I really want to do this, and I'm too impatient to do anything else. But I watch 12 hours of YouTube because I feel someone has a gun to my head and says, you are going to watch now. So that's the difference that I see.
Yeah, those are very different things.
Yeah. And in that case, it's myself, because, well, first of all, I have done a lot of time management, and I have forced myself to play faster. So I also have even some kind of false urgency there, where I now feel, oh, I need to move. And I don't give myself a time to actually slow down in the decisions where it actually matters. Well, now I do again, because now I have to win my challenges.
Because why is it then you're a pacifist summer? Because if you have a gun stuck to your head, then is it you who needs to be the pacifist?
I need to remove my own gun from myself, exactly, yeah.
Okay, yes, self-pacifism.
And I mean, it's just ironically, I start my streams sometimes with like Viking war drums, but it's really that the world is bringing the war, and I need to bring the peace, essentially. So no matter how crazy the opponent plays, I need to be the one who stays calm. And it's not like I want to play passive. That chapter is hopefully over. But I want to just be. So I want to basically go from false urgency to quiet confidence, that I can say, oh, I think my area can be enough if I just grow it, and I can just win peacefully. Oh, I think my groups are weaker than his, so let me just defend my own weakness and win peacefully. Go into endgame, or just make him attack a stick and just be the defender, and he just overattacks, and then I just win that way. Because that happened a couple of times now, where my opponent way too overattacked, right? And yeah, I just, the confidence also is, I think, related to the end game. But I just say, I trained end game. My end game has become stronger. I just, in my play, it doesn't show that I trust it more, because I guess in intrinsic, not unconsciously, maybe I don't do it enough. So I have designed a whole challenge with several trials, aka the trial for the slow games, the trial for the fast games, and the trial for end game training. Then I have chapters which have an overarching theme. So, for example, I actually started the Peacekeeper trial with vows, a couple of like a prologue that consisted of two vows that were don't attack ever, and the other was don't invade ever. So kind of like a shock therapy of don't be greedy, don't be aggressive. And now I'm bringing more nuance in. So now, for example, my first level is fix the fence because the peace begins at home, and the goal is that every time I think a solid move is just as good as a not solid move, I have to choose the solid move and try not to leave cuts behind either. And if I leave cuts behind or if I play the non-solid move, then I have to be absolutely sure that it's the best option and or that I know how to deal with it. Otherwise, I fail the game. So I can play the less solid move, but I have to prove that that's the best move essentially, and not the other way around.
And if you fail it, do you like mark the game as a loss, or do you like how do you track that?
No, so every level has a requirement by kind of like experience, but in this case, experience is just the number of games. So I have to pass a number of games, for example, 4 games for this level. And if I don't pass the game, then I just don't advance. Then I don't get XP, basically.
Okay.
So I don't progress to the next level, and chapter, and so on. And so the first chapter is redesigned.
How are you finding it so far?
So far, I mean, I even like I have a review of my games more specifically about this. I found out, for example, because I keep now a journal about every game, where I just make like 1 to 2 lines what was the defining factor of this game, why I won or lost, maybe. And so I through that, I already found out some more nuances. So, for example, when I had one of those games where I didn't, where I played the more solid shapes, I did that. However, what I then noticed was that once my shapes were strong, I wouldn't defend my weakest group. I would then go and play a move that maybe harasses an opponent's weakness, but didn't really. So I was still then going back to trying way too hard to make the opponent's weaknesses work against them. So
as we go, there's always the thing that there's always something else.
Yeah, but it's very related to this. So I could see that maybe the problem is not just in general something that I don't like to play solid, though even there I sometimes like have to fall because I failed a game yesterday. I won it on the board, but I failed it as in the challenge because I clearly left a cut behind that I could not handle. Very visible by the fact that after the cut happened, I actually fought for a few minutes because I didn't know how to handle it. So
I should think about a similar challenge like that for me. I think.
Yeah, it's
something like that.
Because I created like a system for me for life, like a gamification system.
Yeah, I remember you were telling me about that.
And I always thought, oh, can I maybe apply this to different areas too? And I don't know. I don't remember how I got this idea, but I think it just built in my mind in all my like hours of running. I also had a lot of thoughts and I made a lot of notes, and it just developed into this challenge where I thought, yeah, I can basically make this also like a literally like basically like an RPG game where I'm the playtester and everyone gets to watch the first the level the game as it is play tested and growing. Because I haven't planned it out until the end. I have just planned out the general structure where I think it should go, where I go from very harsh restrictions, like the prologue was don't attack at all, don't invade at all, and I make it harder. It's harder to play normal and to win, but it's easier to just apply because you just don't do the one thing. And the more the levels and the chapters advance, the more judgment comes into play, where it's maybe more natural to play, but I also have to pass more pass more challenges, pass more judgment basically to win the game, to win the challenge rather.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
good because like I think like I what I need to do is I need to sit back and like I think that there are clear patterns. Some of them I know already because
Hmm.
someone told me all this stuff already. But I think like I need to find the right focus, like
Hmm.
the right part of it is just continuing to do the reading stuff, but some of it is also like getting the right intention. So maybe I can steal this and adapt it in some way.
The reason why I think it is working so well is because because I have done all my databasing and finding out what I do wrong, right? I have done this for a while, and I've also improved a lot with that. When I started my database, I improved the most that I had for years before that. And it was good because I could find out, oh, that's going wrong, and I had more, maybe I some focus, and I should do this. But I find it also it's very hard during a game to keep the focus on that one thing the whole time. You can tell yourself you want to
Absolutely.
focus on that, but in the
Yeah.
end, there's some fight, there's something to read, and you want to, right? You don't want to you
And you
want to
lose
play
it.
your best still. And this being a condition that I only pass the game, I basically only win the game in my challenge if I pass this at every turn of the game. For me, at least, what this did is was it makes me focus on this thing a lot more. So it's not just please focus on this, but it's more like this is the main thing. It says so here in the level. If you don't do this, you fail your level. That's so it's
Yeah.
maybe more of a pressing constant reminder that is working more with my brain at least.
No, I think so because that creates like another way of evaluating it.
Yeah, it makes
And
it.
then you're also like intentionally reviewing the game for that as opposed to just reviewing it in general.
Yeah, exactly. So I have always like a main lesson that I want to take away from each game and make this journal and so on. So it's more of it's a bigger process with more with more cogs I guess in the yeah it just I don't know it works for me well so far and I'm happy with it. And I even won a few games, which I didn't expect this early because the restrictions are uh, still relatively strict, I suppose. Or
Yeah,
actually,
that's definitely something for me to
they
think
make me
about.
they make me maybe because I also spend more time because I need to force myself to play a certain way. But that also shows that if I have to force myself to play a certain way, which I actually think is correct, um, then obviously there is some error in my thinking, in my whole thinking, because I have to think so hard about. I have to force myself. I have to spend 5 minutes to force myself to play the obvious solid move, essentially, in some cases. And oh yeah, I think one of the main points is actually because it makes it so visible. Like I came to believe that visibility is a big factor in anything, and not only that having this visible and the challenge on stream and for myself, and I mean the database entries anyway. That's why I printed some of them out so that I have them visible all the time, right?
Yeah.
That I had the same idea, kind of. Um, but also, um, what was I about to say?
Yeah, I hate it when this happens.
I hmm.
My therapist would be
Co
like, it'll
completely
return to you.
completely gone, yeah.
But
I,
yeah, I should head off and get some dinner.
all right, yeah, if I remember, because it was kind of the main point where I wanted to get at, but uh, But maybe to finish then the one thought is that I haven't fleshed out the whole challenge, but I have like a where I want to get at, and the restrictions become less and less, and I have like a few chapters set up, and then as I go, I can also adjust them if I notice, oh, but I'm also doing this, and I should probably uh, also work on that. So, yeah, but anyway, have a good dinner then.
Yeah. But yeah, let me know if you remember it. I'm sure it'll come back to you in like 5 minutes.
During my run
I
or
bet money
something.
on it. Yeah.
All right.
All right, cool. See you soon.
Yeah, see you then. Bye bye.
Bye.
And okay, I'll fit this back. And I will also end the stream pretty quickly here. So thanks for watching, and actually tomorrow afternoon. No, the last move, might move was not working, but it was working because Black made a blunder here. And so then I got to capture the 3 stones, and then the game was good for me all of a sudden. Because now he cannot prevent me from extending here. All right. I'll be back tomorrow in some capacity. It depends a bit how long, because I'm getting a new pass, how long that takes. Depending on how long that takes, I will either play maybe some crisis management games, or I will do some study. And then Friday, most likely, I will actually stream in the morning, in my morning.